Okay, today is day 107. Have your pen and your worksheet handy and we'll get ready to go. First thing you'll do is press pause and do the capitalization section on your own and check the answers at the tail end. And then we'll move right into punctuation. Review. Do not use a colon for lists beginning with a preposition. All right, so let's take a look at the sentence that's going to need to be punctuated. Both the girls and boys clubs met Jay Ward, CEO, and learned that gains of stocks, bonds, and dollars aren't the only measure of success. All right, so let's take a look at that. Fix my camera. Let's take a look at that. Punctuation, both the girls and boys clubs met. Whose clubs? The girls clubs and the boys clubs. So both girls and boys are showing possession. There is more than one girl in the girls club, so that is a plural with an apostrophe. So it would just be S apostrophe. And the boys is also a plural word that needs an apostrophe, so the apostrophe just comes after the S. So both the girls and boys clubs met J, period, Ward, comma, CEO, comma, that's his title, it needs to be marked off, and learned that gains of stocks, bonds, and dollars aren't the only measure of success. Okay, we have a preposition. Do you see which word it is? Hopefully you do. The preposition is the word of, and we just learned that after a preposition, you don't use a colon to make a list. So there will be no colon after the word of. We'll just go right into the list. Stocks, comma, bonds, comma, and dollars. Now there's a couple of things going on with dollars. First, you have to show that the dollar sign there isn't an error. So you underline the dollar sign. And then to show that it's dollars plural, you use the apostrophe S. And that's it. Stocks, comma, bonds, comma, and dollars aren't. Aren't is a contraction. So you know that you would put the apostrophe between the, where the missing letter is. So the apostrophe will go between the N and the T. Aren't the only measure of success, period. Okay, so let's see if what I said matches what's on here. Both the girls and boys club met Jay Ward, CEO, and learned that, I'm trying to read myself backwards and I can't learn that, gains of stocks, bonds, and dollars aren't the only measure of success. All right, hopefully yours looks just like that. Next, we will go to analogies. I love analogies. They're so much fun. Dog is to mastiff as mammal is to something. All right, so what do you have to know? Dog is a general term and mastiff is a specific type of dog. All right, so mammal is a general term. We need to find a specific example of a mammal. Okay, so glands, no, it's not an animal. Manatee, that could be, or duck, that might be. Massive, no. So we've kind of narrowed it down to two, manatees and ducks, okay? So which one of those is a mammal? If you're thinking duck, step back. What do ducks do as far as baby ducks? They do not give birth to live baby ducks. They lay eggs. Therefore, they are not mammals. So they are not the correct answer to complete the analogy. What about a manatee? Well, if you look up manatee in a handy-dandy dictionary, you will see that a manatee is any of several chiefly tropical plant-eating aquatic mammals. So there you go. By knowing that ducks aren't mammals and looking up manatee just to double check, you know that to complete the analogy, the correct answer is manatee. All right, something new in parts of speech. I don't think we have had transitive and intransitive verbs before. A transitive verb has a direct object. That might be something you want to highlight just to make sure that you remember. A transitive verb has a direct object. For example, the girls played jacks. Played is a transitive verb because it has a direct object. An intransitive verb does not have a direct object. For example, that joke is funny. Okay, there is no direct object in that sentence, therefore is an intransitive sentence, an intransitive verb. All right, underline the subject once and the verb phrase twice. Label any direct object DO. Write TV if the verb is transitive and IV if it's intransitive. So let's take a look. The first one, a handyman sanded the wooden floors. Okay, who was doing the action? Handyman, that's the subject. What was he doing? Sanded, that is the verb. And he sanded what? He sanded the floors. So we know we have a direct object. Knowing that a verb that has a direct object is a transitive verb, we would put TV before that. Transitive verb. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Will you work during the holiday season? Whenever there's a question like this and you have to parse it out and figure out what parts of speech are doing what, it's easiest to change the question to a statement. So instead of will you work during the holiday season, you're going to work off the sentence you will work during the holiday season, and then it becomes easier to see. You is the subject, will work is the verb. During the holidays, during is a preposition, and so remember it's a good idea to mark off your prepositional phrases. Then we can see there is no direct object. If there's no direct object, then we know that what we're dealing with is an intransitive verb, an IV. All right, hopefully that makes good sense to you. Next thing you have to do is combine 3 sentences into one. I look forward to seeing what you come up with. All right, you should have done capitalization on your own. There was a new rule in capitalization today. Capitalize the names of sections of a book or long reports or articles when they are referred to within the same material. And their example is the table of contents. The T and C is capitalized because it's being referred to. All right, so let's take a look. You can check and see if your answers match mine. At the beginning of R. So's Nyalas of Africa, the author suggests referring to the appendix for more information about the species. It starts with a T that should be capitalized, and then the second word is not capitalized. All right, so you see in there, the word appendix is capitalized because it is referred to within the same material. All right, I hope that all makes sense. If you have any errors, correct them before I correct them, and then you won't get any points taken off. All right, good job, guys. God bless you.